The literary programming was from the very beginning. When we look at our founding foremothers and the records that they kept and the journals that they kept, so it's a core element of what we've always done. And it's a strong interaction between the community. So my goals being for this past 6 months and going forward is to bring more people into the Heinemann writing community who haven't yet experienced what we have to offer, and to also expand and deepen the services that we do offer to our writers. And that's kind of been twofold in a lot of the new programming that we've done in the last 6 months. A lot of the work that I've done to bring more people into the Heinemann community has been through attending conferences, or when I give a keynote or do a reading, telling people in those formal and informal discussions of what we do and who we are and where we're at. In expanding and deepening our services, one of the new things that I'm excited that we're doing is the Stafford Challenge is a challenge to write to write a poem a day for a year. And I realized that we didn't have any services for our adult writers that was free of charge like we do in our other programming. So I was thinking, what could we do for the writers that we already have that doesn't cost them anything? And so we've got an online community, and we send emails and posts, and everybody's writing their poems, and it's really great. But most of the new stuff that we're doing is doing both of these things, bringing new people into our community and also adding services and opportunities. One of which is Winterboro. So in December we do we had our Literary and Arts Conference, and I was very excited for that because more than half of the people who attended Winterboro and presented and sold their items at the marketplace and things like that were people who were new to Heinemann. They had never been here before. So that brought in a lot of students and people from our colleges and universities who hadn't already been part of our family. Untelling is our literary and arts journal that the first issue will be out in June. And there's a lot of familiar names in the submissions, but there were a lot of new names. So I'm excited that this will be a way that we can add to the publishing ecosystem in Appalachia, but also more people can learn about us through this magazine. And our third one involves this space, Oak Ledge, Mr. Still's house. We did our Oak Ledge residency contest where people submitted their writing, and then one in January, February, and March. People won a week-long stay here to work on a writing project, and some of those folks who entered the contest were familiar, and a lot of them were new. One woman who won came down from New York City and spent a week here working on a project. And so a lot of the endeavors that we've been adding are trying to accomplish both of those goals of bringing in new people and adding and deepening services for them. Very, very excited and honored that the James Baker Hall Foundation, which is a new foundation, has decided the Young Writers Programming, so our residencies, our writer residencies in the high schools, and then Ironwood, would be one of their pilot projects. So they have committed funding to us for the next 3 years, which would fund a substantial portion of the Young Writers Programming, which allows us to offer more scholarships to students who want to attend. One thing that I'm super excited about in late summer, early fall is the Troublesome Rising, A 1,000-Year Flood in Eastern Kentucky anthology will be published. We had 60 writers and photographers send work in to document and discuss the 2022 flood. I'm very excited about this as a document, not only to what happened here at Heinemann Settlement School, to the Appalachian Writers Workshop, but also to all the counties that were affected, and especially Knott County, which was hit particularly hard. So we're very excited about Troublesome Rising coming out in September and all the events that will come out of that.